Failure isn't what ends most dreams. It's what failure does to your energy, to your hope, to your willingness to try again. There's a quote often attributed to Winston Churchill. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Whether or not Churchill said it, the psychology is real. Your results don't collapse first. Your enthusiasm collapses first. And when enthusiasm dies, people don't just stop working. They stop believing the work means anything. Tonight, we're going to rebuild one idea. Success isn't the absence of failure. Success is the ability to keep moving without letting failure steal your spirit. Most failures hurt for one reason. They don't feel like an event. They feel like a statement about you. The mind turns a setback into an identity verdict. I'm not good enough. I'm behind. I'm not built for this. And once failure becomes identity, enthusiasm becomes dangerous. Because enthusiasm means you'll try again. And trying again means you might get hurt again. So the brain does what it thinks is protection. It lowers your desire. It shrinks your goals. It tells you to stop caring. Not because you're weak, because your nervous system wants to reduce threat. There's a myth that strong people never feel defeated. The truth is, strong people feel it and still return. Enthusiasm is not constant happiness. Enthusiasm is life force, the willingness to re-enter the arena. Failure drains that life force in predictable ways. Rumination, self-blame, comparison, and isolation. And here's what's critical. If you only fight failure at the level of strategy, you lose. Because the problem isn't always what to do. The problem is what you feel while doing it. A tired mind doesn't need a lecture. It needs a reason to come back. This quote gets misread as toxic positivity. Just stay excited no matter what. That's not realistic. And it's not healthy. No loss of enthusiasm means something subtler. You don't let pain take your direction. You can be disappointed and still committed. You can be tired and still aligned. You can grieve a loss and still protect the mission. Enthusiasm, at its deepest level, is not a mood. It's a decision about meaning. This still matters. People imagine persistence as a giant heroic push. But in real life, persistence is usually a sequence of micro resets. A micro reset is what you do after a hit. You reduce the problem to the next doable unit. You stop negotiating your entire future. You return to the next rep. Failure to failure isn't a straight line. It's a rhythm. Attempt, feedback, adjust, return. The enthusiasm you're protecting is not hype. It's the willingness to keep the rhythm going, even when the results are late. The fastest way to lose enthusiasm is to treat every attempt like a final exam. But high performers treat it like an experiment. If it works, they scale it. If it fails, they extract signal. That single shift changes your emotional economy. Failure becomes cost with value, not cost with shame. And when failure stops being shame, enthusiasm stops being reckless. It becomes rational. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm trying to get true. Enthusiasm is a resource, so treat it like a resource. Some environments leak it. Constant criticism, constant comparison, constant noise. Some people refill it. Not with compliments, with clarity, honesty, and encouragement that feels grounded. And some inputs poison it. Doom scrolling, perfectionism content, overnight success fantasies. If your enthusiasm keeps dying, don't only ask, "What's wrong with me?" Ask, "What am I feeding my mind every day?" If you're failing repeatedly, it might mean one thing. You're attempting something that actually matters. Small goals don't generate many failures because they don't demand transformation. Big goals require new skill, new identity, new standards. That transition is messy. So repeated failure doesn't automatically mean stop. It often means you're in the middle of becoming. The only question is, will you become bitter or become better? Because enthusiasm is what keeps your heart open during the change. So, here's the line you keep for the hard days. Success is moving from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Not because you're pretending it doesn't hurt, but because you refuse to let it define you. You're allowed to feel disappointment. You're allowed to feel fear. But you are not required to hand them the steering wheel. And if this quote is misattributed, the message is still a master key. Enthusiasm is not a gift. It's a discipline, a protected inner flame. Keep walking, keep learning, and keep returning until the thing you want can finally recognize you.